Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Are you busy during the week and have no time to go to the credit union to access your loans? Do you wish there were more days available to you? We can help. Our Loan Saturday is back by popular demand this and every Saturday at the GUT Credit Union Grandance Branch, Excel Plaza. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing that you have access to your credit union even on a weekend. So come on in and take advantage of our services every Saturday. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is Network News for today, Friday, July 15th, 2022. I am Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, Treverson Roberts of Grenada sentenced in the United States for sexual assault against a minor. Public Workers Union PRO debunks claims of incompetent workers within the Government Information Service. Government to give interested Grenadians opportunities to serve on statutory bodies. And despite net loss, Eastern Caribbean Central Bank identifies notable positives. In the region, Guyana's president says no need for foreign investors to go through any middlemen. Internationally, Russian airstrikes have killed at least 17 people in one of Ukraine's largest cities. And in sports, Game 2 of the St. Andrews Basketball Fraternity Tournament shoots off tomorrow. We'll have the details of these and other stories right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Our top story tonight, according to information reaching GBN's news desk, Grenadian-born Treverson Roberts, who has been living in the United States, has been sentenced in the U.S. on sexual assault charges. Chrislina John has tonight's report.
And as you heard today, in federal court in Eastern District in New York, he pleaded guilty. He was charged with 2 offenses. He was charged with violating a minor and also lying to federal authorities when he got back to the U.S. And today he was sentenced to, so Treverson Roberts was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison with no parole.
That was Denison George, a Grenadian attorney residing in New York, speaking with GBN following today's sentencing. Justice, he says, has finally been served. George was instrumental in having the case reopened in the U.S. following Roberts' return there. Roberts pleaded guilty in December last year in the Eastern District of New York to sexually assaulting a 5-year-old child in Grenada. According to court documents, during a trip to Grenada in October 2019, Treverson Roberts, 27, of Brooklyn, a dual United States and Grenadian citizen, forced a 5-year-old boy to perform oral sex on him while the boy was temporarily left in Roberts' care. Roberts previously pleaded guilty to Grenadian charges related to the abuse, but did not receive a sentence of imprisonment. Rather, the Grenadian court fined him $1,500 and required him to pay $600 compensation to the victim. Roberts pleaded guilty to engaging in illicit sexual conduct with a minor in a foreign place and faces a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. The attorney explained why he his sentencing was reduced to 10 years.
He was facing 30 years. But there was a partial plea there was a real plea from his mother begging for leniency, and also from other family members of his begging for leniency. And the child mother also testified and then asked the judge, but she broke down. She couldn't really deal with it. She broke down while testifying, sentencing. And the judge was a little lenient, giving him 10 years. As I say, he was facing 30 years. But
according to George, it does not end there for Roberts, who is likely to face more jail time in the future.
Remember that this is not over. This case, the Grenada government is currently appealing this case before the appeals court in St. Lucia, because the uproar in Grenada after the sentencing here in Grenada, well, there was no sentence in the $600 fiasco. The Royal Grenadian Police Force appealed the sentencing to the appeals court in St. Lucia. So it's possible that after he did 10 years in U.S. federal prison, it's possible that he might come back to Grenada. And according to what that court in St. Lucia ruled, it's possible that he could come back to Grenada to do some more time. And we all hoping that that's the case.
George believes the maximum sentences should have been meted out to Roberts in Grenada and should not have had to go before the federal courts for justice. Chrislina John, GBN News.
While sexual assault against minors remain a striking issue in Grenada, the Royal Grenada Police Force has been embarking on initiatives to crack down on the excessive reports. Special Victims Unit Investigation Training is an initiative of the Special Victims Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force under the Spotlight Initiative to end violence against women and girls. A two-day workshop ended today at the National Stadium. Here's another report from Chrislina John.
Equipping police officers with the necessary investigative skills was the aim of a two-day workshop for 30 officers of the Special Victims Unit and, by extension, the Royal Grenada Police Force. Head of the Special Victims Unit, Inspector Maureen John, explained the areas covered during the sessions, noting that officers were taught the basic in sign language that may aid in dealing with matters involving a speech-impaired individual.
So far we have done, with Dr. Panchu, we have done interviewing children and persons with impairments. Yesterday we had Mrs. Jackie Silibok, who spent some time with us looking at the whole sex versus gender agenda. We also did investigations in relation to gender-based violence and sexual offenses. Earlier yesterday morning too, we had ASP Douglas of the Community Relations Department who expounded on the laws relating to sexual offenses and domestic violence. So,
keeping up with the change in time, it is important, hence this training, Inspector John said.
So we are looking at strengthening the skill sets of these police officers to respond to matters of gender-based violence, child sexual abuse, and other forms of violence. I am a firm believer in training, and I don't believe that we can empower persons too much. The world we live in now is evolving, and everyday practices change in whatever field you function. And what we wanted to ensure is that across the board, we adopt best practices as it relates to this matter.
Dr. Augustine Panchu, consulting clinical psychologist for the government of Grenada, who facilitated an aspect of the training, focused on working and interviewing children and people with impairment.
Training, we focused a lot on understanding children and children's development and how to prepare a child for a forensic interview. So that was really paramount today for us to understand. So we do a lot of preparatory work when we're working with children to gain their trust, to build rapport, and to be able to have them very comfortable in the environment in which we are going to interview, so that the information that we gather from them will be authentic information. We are to do in the training today is to prepare these officers of how to understand the difference when a child is telling the truth or when a child is wanting to make you like him or her.
Other issues making the news: the Public Workers Union has taken to task the plight of employees of the Government Information Service who were left distraught following the publication of an article in the local newspaper. Incompetence at GIS was the back page headline, which seemingly sought to publicly demoralize and politically align some members of the media. We get more in this report from Jared Joseph.
A tad too much or teetering on the borders of journalistic principles? This question arose following the publication of an article in the New Today newspaper alleging incompetence at the Government Information Service. The Public Workers Union, which represents the employees within GIS, was called in as the article broke ground on social media.
The union became aware of this article in the New Today this morning when we were called by distraught workers of the GIS and also throughout the public service who brought it to our attention. The workers at GIS were understandably very, very distraught and traumatized this morning. It is something else to wake up and see your name printed boldly, name and surname, in a newspaper. We have verified with these workers that the New Today did not reach out to them to give them an opportunity or not to refute those claims, which is supposed to be part of the journalistic code.
Public Relations Officer Daisy Hazard has since slammed the claims as baseless and false, noting that the article calls into disrepute the integrity of the workers.
And we also have credibly verified with the PS, Norman Gilbert, who formerly had responsibility for GIS, that no such audit or assessment of the GIS ever took place. There was no assessment of the competence or the work of the workers at the GIS that would lead any authoritative source or so-called authoritative source to be able to claim that there is incompetence at the GIS.
PW President Brian Grimes visited the workers at GIS on Friday, and Hazard adds that the union will not allow their workers to be attacked, slandered, or their reputation to be questioned with unsubstantiated claims.
What we categorically say, Gerard, is that we will pursue every single option and avenue available for us, for the union, to seek redress to their reputations and possibly their careers. Our workers are also we're speaking with their family members, and they will also decide in their personal and individual capacities what actions and steps they want to take. We also want to make it clear to the public, Gerard, that the workers at GIS are public servants. They are not employed by a political party or any political party whatsoever.
GBN reached out to Public Relations Officer of the National Democratic Congress, Orlando Romaine, who highlighted that the article does not reflect the views of the NDC administration. Romaine notes that their focus is on strengthening through training to further improve the effectiveness of the Government Information Service. I am Jared Joseph for GBN News.
The Association of Grenada has also responded to these claims through its president, Jared Joseph.
I would like to first offer my solidarity to the employees of the Government Information Service following that article that was posted in one of the local newspapers. I know the hardworking staff of the GIS is left distraught following such an article, because I know especially during the pandemic within the last 2 years, they have given human service, even working beyond some of the hours established for workers within the media, and going above and beyond as usual as media people do on a daily basis to ensure that the pandemic was covered from all bases, while putting their lives and their families' lives at risk, facing the deadly disease that was COVID-19, and which is still ongoing. It is felt by the fraternity, the media fraternity. Such an article, if issued against any other, would hit hard for any media employee, any worker within the media, so I feel it myself, and the executive members within MWAG felt it, and we found it necessary to at least make a comment to offer our solidarity to the workers of GIS.
Minister for Youth, Honorable Ron Redhead, is solidifying government's plans to improve existing youth programs. Chrislina John reports.
Rest assured, we are not going to get up in the morning and send anyone home. We are not going to get up in the morning and say to you, don't come back to work, etc., etc. We believe in dialogue. You should have no fear in engaging the Ministry of Youth, and certainly that is the government as well. And feel free to register your concerns. Feel free to say it as is. We understand essentially that we are not going to have all the answers, and we will be requiring partnership with you.
Minister of State with responsibility for youth, sport and culture, Honorable Ron Redhead, says in the spirit of continuity, the government's focus is not on sending staff home. In a series of youth engagements, the minister on Thursday met with youth mentors and associates, staff at the Grenada Youth and Cultural Center, as well as the new Imani Secretariat. The meeting was held at the Grenada Youth and Cultural Center. The minister said the focus more so is on continuing the government's work in line with the present administration's policy and vision.
We need to ensure that the Ministry of Youth is not implementing some of the programs. The professionals, the people with the technical capacity should be the ones implementing these programs. The Ministry of Youth must turn into almost an advisory body to review, to look at policies affecting young people, to ensure that when we talk about eradicating poverty among young men, as a ministry, we have the data to support why we need to have programs there. As a ministry and different departments in the ministry, you are carrying out your function to the wider objective of what we are trying to achieve.
Mr. Redhead says he is particularly concerned over some operations, and as such, his intent is to implement clearer definitions of the existing programs and projects within the Ministry of Youth.
Having reviewed the different components, I am satisfied that everybody is working and they are doing what they have to do. The issue I have is that the model is not a progressive model. It is essentially almost all over the place for me. And over the next number of years, what we are going to try to do is to streamline some of these things.
Newly appointed Permanent Secretary, Mr. Norman Gilbert, says youth development plays an integral role in ensuring the ministry's overall objectives are met. Chrislina John, GBN News.
This is News at 7 coming up. Despite loss, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank identifies notable positives. Stay with us for that story.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
For all those who missed it the first time, Julian Fedon is back.
Tonight we stand our ground. Tonight we stand on the side of history.
Julian Fedon, a Heritage Theatre production, written and directed by Chris DeRiggs. Experience the conflict, the romance, the lighter moments, the drama. 3 big performances, Thursday 11th, Friday 12th, and Saturday 13th August at the Grenada Trade Center, 7 p.m. each night. Bring out the entire family and enjoy this very special experience in Grenadian theatre.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love. Like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Yo, Grenada, it's on this Friday. I Must Go Soca Fete, Charles Marshall, I'm performing live alongside Grenada's finest. It's on I Must Go Soca Fete at Mellows, Charles Marshall, this Friday. Somebody tell them that we don't do certain things. The whole dance burn up. This Friday, Mellows, Charles Marshall, live. Beer vibes. Mellow mashup. Fine. Don't miss it. Yeah, Grenada. Yes, it's official. I'm coming. I have the right to jump around.
Pfizer celebrates 75 years of transforming lives with its celebratory suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union, celebrating 75 years of transforming lives.
The biggest white is back and bigger than ever.
Give me the island breeze, cool them vibes.
This year, we're taking you straight into Juve, literally.
Oh, nah. You stay on the radar. Oh,
get ready for Cast the Band.
Come for this one, sign me up, I come for it.
Together with a solid cast of our local soca superstars. Be prepared for a night of non-stop energy and mass. Early bird tickets are available now for $80, or you can step up your experience in VIP for $500. Available from Go to Fete and all official Sunshine Promotion box offices island-wide. The biggest white is here. And this time, we're taking you straight into Juve.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think of Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Despite the significant losses witnessed by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank for the financial year ended 31st March 2022, notable positives still prevail for the currency union. We get more in this report from Jared Joseph.
The strategic plan for 2017 to 2021, which ended in March 2022 and guides the operations of the ECCB, brought a net loss of $49.1 million. However, Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antoine, says, despite a notable drop in the bank's performance, there were several major achievements.
Well, I think we have to start with our strong dollar. That's where it starts. We advocated in our strategic plan a strong and stable EC dollar. The Many people take that for granted because we've had a stable dollar for so long. But it does require us to work every day to ensure the stability of our dollar. And throughout the strategic plan period, we did in fact maintain a very strong and stable EC dollar. In fact, the reserves of the bank have grown significantly from just under 5 billion to just under 6 billion EC dollars.
The ECCB governor notes that the backing of the EC currency peaked at over 100% just before the pandemic hit and sat at 93.90 at the end of the financial year.
Secondly, I think it's financial stability. So if you look at our banks, we were able to see over this period stability in our banking system. Our banking system remains sound. And we must not forget the difficulties of the previous period when we had some bank failures and the need for resolution. The reality is that our banks have remained very stable. In fact, the capital of our banks across the bank, the capital adequacy has improved, and so has liquidity.
Governor Antoine says throughout the pandemic, no commercial bank in the ECCU came to the central bank for liquidity support, which he believes is a testimony to banks' financial stability. He explains that the banks were able to depend on strong capital and liquidity buffers, which were set prior to the pandemic.
I don't think we should overlook the fact as well, during this period, we have in fact had to oversee a transition as the Canadian banks have exited our region. And of course, what we now have is a situation where our indigenous banks dominate our banking landscape, having acquired, in many cases, the Canadian operations.
The ECCB governor highlights several successful innovations which the bank pursued, such as the polymer notes, D-Cash, and becoming carbon neutral by 2022, were the other significant achievements. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says expressions of interest to serve on various statutory boards have been overwhelming as he promised to allow interested Grenadians to serve. Chrislina Dejan reports.
The government of Grenada is committing to utilizing the country's best talent to deliver on its transformation agenda. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says expressions of interest to serve on various statutory boards have been overwhelming. This is in accordance with one of his campaign promises to allow Grenadian citizens who are interested the opportunity to serve.
In addition to the call for persons to serve and volunteer, the response actually has been very favorable. Several Grenadians, both in and outside of Grenada, have been offering themselves to serve. So what we've agreed to do is we need to obviously manage that process. We have created a Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. And so what we will be doing is having a dedicated email address announced to the public so that members of the public can send their expressions of interest, their resume, their CV, their biographies to that address. We will have staff that will receive these expressions of interest, that will respond to them, and together with the respective line ministers who are responsible ultimately for overseeing the respective statutory bodies.
Mitchell explained that there is a process of vetting that must take place.
Obviously, the boards have a finite number. We also have to ensure that people who express an interest to serve have the capacity to properly serve, because as a director, there are duties, fiduciary duties, responsibilities, etc. that comes with it. Part of what we also want to do is to give an opportunity to allow Grenadians to actually be trained as it relates to what it means to be a director or to become an accredited directorship. So we envisage as we go along that we will ask for a commitment from persons who are given the opportunity to serve, that they agree to engage in training or engage in certification that would allow them to become accredited and certified directors, which will enhance their own individual skills as well as their certification and allow them to do their job.
He said, based on the responses and reactions, he is hopeful that the average Grenadian will be allowed to serve, noting that there must be a balance both in age and gender.
On the boards, we want to have an age spread that allows for younger and older persons to serve, so that as older persons retire, we can be assured that we have a next generation of Grenadians who can serve. We also want to ensure that women in particular are given the opportunity to serve on a lot of these boards. Women make up 50, if not more, % of our population, and we want to make sure that our institutions are reflective of that fact. So
the Prime Minister noted that in order to maintain the continuation of business, to some extent, there may be temporary staffing at the board level. In a release issued by the Government Information Service, it indicates that an invitation has been extended to all citizens at home and abroad to indicate their willingness to serve on the board of directors of various government entities. Please note that the government of Grenada is committed to training, investing in, and developing young persons to become able and competent directors. Chrislina John, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. GBN posted photos on Tuesday of Abel Mark graduating from secondary school. GBN social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts on the latest developments. The following views are of members of the public and not of the GBN. Alicia said, "Wow, time surely flies. Just the other day, the nation saw you enter secondary school, and now you have graduated. I wish you even greater success as you enter a new phase in life, young man. You are an inspiration to many." Tess added, "This is wonderful. Congratulations, Abel. God is so good. You are a role model to all to show that perseverance, determination, and hard work bring success. God bless you, my dear, and continue striving for excellence." Sean chimed in, "I'm proud of you and your accomplishments, Abel. You have persevered despite the challenges. A true story of inspiration and determination." Marilyn said, "Abel, you are an amazing young man. I pray the Almighty continues guidance and protection over you. You are such an inspiration to many. Wishing you much success in all your future endeavors." Siobhan added, "Congratulations to you, Abel. You showed the world that disability is not inability. Keep going, son. We are all so proud of you." Annalisa said, "GBN, it touches my soul as well. I definitely remember his story. I am so delighted to see his accomplishments. God's blessing, baby boy, to you and family. You are indeed a hero." Keziah said, "That's awesome. Congratulations, Abel. I followed Abel's story. I am so proud of him. Continue to shine, Abel. Blessings to your parents." And Anita said, "I remember him and he was in my thoughts only last week. I even met him in person in town. He was such an amazing and inspirational, courageous child. I'm very proud for him. Congratulations to you, Abel. God's blessings for more achievements." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead in the news, Grenada National Training Agency celebrates Youth Day 2022. This is News at 7. Stay with us.
Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited. Now introducing Portland King Cement, Grenada's toughest and most high-quality cement, engineered with you in mind. Whether it's residential or industrial construction, Portland King Cement has been tested to achieve profound results that you can trust. The choice is clear. Choose Portland King, tougher than the rest. Visit Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited on Dusty Highway. Call telephone number 439-6605 or 440-6605, or visit our two other locations, Wester Hall in St. David and Dunfermline in St. Andrew.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Spicile Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Spicile Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Spice Cell Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grand Anse. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 406-1500 or visit any of our 3 locations. Spice Cell Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
There was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Family fun days are here. Now is the time for movie marathons, tasty treats, and outdoor fun. At Courts, we have the TVs, appliances, grills, pools, and more to make your home the place to be. Get it all today with no cash when you shop with Courts Ready Finance. Family fun days are on now. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends July 23rd. Conditions apply.
Spice Mass is back! And Grenada Distillers Limited wants you to win big with its bottleneck promotion. With every purchase of pure white or special dark, you are automatically entered for a chance to win. Win tickets to Soca Mona. Win free costumes. Win bottles of Clark Scott Rum, Grenada's #1. Win cold hard cash and more. Simply write your name, address, and contact details at the back of this bottleneck and insert in the boxes at participating outlets and the Clark Scott sales van. Win big for Spice Mass with Clark Scott, Grenada's #1 rum.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. The Grenada National Training Agency, GNTA, joins the rest of the world today, Friday, July 15th, in observance of Youth Skills Day 2022. The organization continues to play its role in equipping young people with knowledge and skills to face the challenges of a modern economy. Marketing and Communication Officer at the GNTA, K. Julian Gutu, says, in keeping with the theme, Transforming Youth Skills for the Future, the focus will be on providing skills development and training among the youthful population.
We promote competency-based skills training. It's not just important to know something, but it's important to do it and to do it well, and also to have a right attitude in doing it. So there's a three-prong: attitude, knowledge, skills. The reason that theme was chosen because worldwide, it was recognized that youth unemployment rose. Okay. I mean, if you have to cut people, sometimes when you have to cut people off, things have to be shifted. You know, a lot of jobs were closed during the pandemic. People had to stay home. Sometimes you cut the most inexperienced, or those with the least years of service, or you may cut the older ones who are almost ready to retire. So youth suffered a lot, and part of this this year's theme is to kind of get to thinking, how can we get youth to go forward out of this pandemic? What can they do to keep going, to survive?
Janelle Gordon-George is nearing the completion of her 10-month training as a patient care assistant at the Labukan. Becoming a registered nurse is one of her future goals.
Because of my interest in caring for others, I chose the nursing field. It has taught me generally how to take care of patients and how to maintain health and promote healthy living and lifestyle for patients. On the job experience, it was a wow kind of moment, because in the classroom you see pictures in books, you do demonstration, but when you're faced with the hands-on experience, it's quite different. Somewhat a bit challenging, but gradually with time and you get more accustomed with it, more exposure, I feel more comfortable to do it.
The training includes assessments and internship opportunities. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Blossoming in tonight's eyesore is the flamboyant tree, also known as royal poinciana, flame tree, peacock flower, and gulmoir on some islands. The tree produces large fiery red or golden blooms that blossom from spring through summer. This fast-growing deciduous tree develops fern-like foliage and takes on a natural umbrella shape. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us for sports news.
Fuel your dreams with a communal vehicle loan. It's a huge deal with super awesome rates and discounts. Get the vehicle that's just for you. Enjoy your journey. Make memories. Explore more. We're fueling dreams to your destination. It's a huge deal and it's just for you. Your destination, and we'll take you there. Call or message us on WhatsApp 405-6670 or 405-2248. Let's get you where you have to be with Communal and Friends. This special promotion is in collaboration with The Beacon Insurance, Netherlands Insurance, Greens Automotive, RF Motors, and Specialized Automotive. We're fueling dreams to your destination. Apply today. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort,
because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Time to chill, Angostura chill. Choose a chill, Angostura chill. Chill with flavor, like orange and lemon lime. That's with bitters, yeah, yeah. We love the vibe. Refreshing every day, cool like island breeze. Forget your worries, come chill with me. Angostura chill, chill, chill. Angostura chill, Angostura chill. Chill with flavor.
Good evening, sporting fans. Game 2 of the St. Andrews Basketball Fraternity Tournament shoots off tomorrow on the Grenville Basketball Court from 7 p.m. Hot of their Game 1 victory, Salis Hawks would be looking to clinch the best-of-3 series with back-to-back victories against Yolan Bain Snipers. Jonathan Williams led the scoring in Game 1. He sank 18 as the Hawks came away with a 55-50 victory. Travis Ranger played the supporting role for Hawks with 17 nets and 11 boards. Snipers will no doubt be leaning on their sharpshooters from Game 1. Timani Joseph had a double-double on the night with 18 points and 10 boards. Enel St. Bernard was equally impressive on the evening with 13 points and 13 rebounds. Premier League action continues this weekend with a doubleheader. Shantimel FC comes up against Eagles Super Strikers on Saturday at 15 p.m. at Fund. Then on Sunday, Hard Rock FC will suit up against Montreat Sports Club Sun. Game time 7:15 p.m. also at Fund. Earlier in the week, FC Camahan over with a 5-1 victory over Hard Rock at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. FC Camahan is in third place on 25 points after 15 matches, played with 7 wins and 4 draws, while Hard Rock is in 5th place on 21 points after 14 matches, played with 6 wins and 3 draws. At the top of the leaderboard is Hurricanes SC on 38 points, followed by Paradise FC International on 36 points, while in the relegation zone are Shantimel FC and Eagles Super Strikers. Week 1 success. Still with football, officials here have been all smiles for what they say has been a successful Week 1 of their Summer of Soccer program. The program kicked off on Monday, July 11th with over 1,000 children turning out at 12 centers in Grenada and Carriacou. The program returns to the days when children were engaged with football over their holidays, and the intention of this movement is to give them a chance to learn to play the game and develop an appreciation for it. Summer of Soccer runs 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mondays to Thursdays from July 11th to September 3rd, with a break for carnival activities. Major grassroots festivals are planned for July 30th and September 3rd, in which all participants will be brought together in one location to celebrate. Program venues include Fund, Riversally, Monkridge, Victoria Park, Progress Park, Bellevue, Hillsborough Playing Field, Queen's Park, Cuthbert Peters Park, Alston George Park, Tivoli Grounds, and Munrouge Playing Field. The Grenada Broadcasting Network's coverage of the World Athletics Championships continues tomorrow from 11:30 p.m. Kirani James and Anderson Peters lead the Grenada national team for the 2022 World Athletics Championships from July 15th to the 24th in Eugene, Oregon. The team includes Lyndon Victor, who posted a season-best performance of 8,311 points. He is ranked 6th in the decathlon event. Anderson Peters is the defending world champion in the javelin. He posted a personal best performance of 93.07 meters at the 2022 Doha Diamond League. Kirani James is a triple Olympic medalist in the 400 meters and posted a season's best of 44.02 seconds. He currently ranks number 3 in the world in the 40-meter event. The athletes will be accompanied by their coaches Harvey Glantz, Paul Phillip, and Christopher Huffins. That brought us to the end of sports news. Stay with us for a look around the region. Your One Caribbean Media Hookup, and I'm your presenter, Beverly Telesford. The St. Lucia Bureau of Standards is reminding the public of the immediate recall of 2 batches of vanilla Haagen-Dazs ice cream and a popular brand of antiperspirant due to safety concerns. Details in this report.
According to the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards, General Mills, the manufacturer of Haagen-Dazs, has issued the voluntary recall of its plain vanilla ice cream products sold in St. Lucia.
Ethylene oxide is a carcinogenic compound, and the Bureau has taken the position that we will not allow any amounts of it in food items. Anybody who have purchased the affected lots should return to the point of sale for a refund.
Investigations undertaken by General Mills indicated that trace levels of ethylene oxide were traced to one ingredient, vanilla extract, provided by one of the suppliers. So how did a compound found in some pesticides end up in one of the ingredients from the supplier? Hubert Reynolds is the head of compliance at the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards. He explains that evidence suggests that it was inadvertent.
The authorities in Singapore encountered the product and tested it. They discovered small, low quantities or low concentration of ethylene oxide. And the manufacturing tracing where the ethylene dioxide came from, they have isolated vanilla products. And so ethylene dioxide is used in some countries as a pest insecticide. However, some countries have taken the stance that it's not allowed in food, and we have done the same. And so it wasn't deliberate. It would mean for them that they would need to pay closer attention when they are purchasing their raw materials. But I don't think it was deliberate.
Still in the region, Guyana's president says no need for investors to go through any middleman. More in this report from HGP TV.
Speaking with reporters on the sideline of a cocktail reception in observance of Canada Day 2022, Guyana's head of state, President Irfaan Ali, gave a stern warning to potential foreign investors coming to do business locally that there is absolutely no need to go through any middleman or lobbyist to invest in Guyana.
There is absolutely no need to engage any lobbyists. There is absolutely no need for anyone coming to you.
President Ali added that investors who choose that route of conducting business or engage in investment opportunities will be held accountable if caught in any illegal act.
If you engage middlemen and lobbyists who want to claim that they have more than what they have, then you are also accountable and liable.
The head of state, while continuing to warn investors against involving middlemen and lobbyists, said that he has already informed Attorney General Anil Nandalal to look at ways that will further strengthen Guyana's laws to clamp down on investment bribery as well as those who engage middlemen.
I want him to look at how we can strengthen the laws to deal with these type of people. Not only the people who operate like that, but also the people who engage them. There's absolutely no need for that.
Further afield, Russian airstrikes have killed at least 17 people, including a child, in one of Ukraine's largest cities. Many others have been injured as missiles hit residential buildings and businesses. More in this Al Jazeera report.
A desperate dash to save a life pulled from the debris after a Russian missile strike in the town of Vinnytsia. It was mid-morning when 3 explosions ripped through an office building and 2 residential blocks. The area was packed. The number of dead and injured significant. President Volodymyr Zelensky called it an act of terrorism.
Today, Russian rockets hit our city, Vinnytsia, a typical peaceful city. Cruise missiles hit civilian buildings, destroyed residential blocks, a medical center, and there is a fire. Cars were on fire, trams. This is a particular criminal act of Russian terror. It cannot be done by humans. They're barbarians.
If the Ukrainian claims are correct and what was fired were Caliber cruise missiles from a submarine, that adds to their allegation that civilians are being deliberately targeted, because these missiles are known to be incredibly accurate, rarely straying more than 4 meters away from their intended target.
That was your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I was your presenter, Beverly Telesford. Stay with us for a look back at our headlines. Recapping the headlines, Treverson Roberts of Grenada sentenced in the United States for sexual assault against a minor. Public Workers Union PRO debunks claims of incompetent workers within the Government Information Service. Government to give interested Grenadians opportunities to serve on boards of statutory bodies. And despite net loss, Eastern Caribbean Central Bank identifies notable positives. In the region, Guyana's president says no need for foreign investors to go through any middlemen. Internationally, Russian airstrikes have killed at least 17 people in one of Ukraine's largest cities. And in sports, Game 2 of the St. Andrews Basketball Fraternity Tournament shoots off tomorrow. That's the end of the GBN News for Friday, July 15th, 2022. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I am Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.